Dazzle here for Big Picture Classes, and this is our Super Saturday video for weeks 3 and 4, Sort and Organize. So I'm with my friend Carol again, and again it's so nice of her to let me come here in her beautiful craft room and shoot this case study for you guys. So, and we're back with her box of scraps, and so we've already gone through and purged and thrown everything away that she's not going to use, and so now we're going to sort and organize this. And first I wanted to just talk about the 7 different methods of organization and how we could possibly organize this drawer, and then I'll let Carol talk to us about what she thinks would work best for her. So we could do this by color. We could put all our reds and blues in separate folders, or we could also do it by type of paper, because she's got her pattern paper, she's got her cardstock, and she's got specialty papers like shimmer and glitter papers in here, so we could do that, separate them into the type of paper. We could also do it by brand, different manufactured paper, in different folders. We could do it by topic or theme, all of her birthday papers together, all of her Christmas papers together, baby papers together. We could do by style, like stripes versus florals, or vintage papers or whatever. We could also do it by activity, because Carol does a lot of different crafts. She does card making and scrapbooking, and so we could, stamping, so we could divide it based on that. And Carol also does some ongoing projects like wedding albums or different things, and so we could do that. So let's have Carol talk to us about what she thinks would work for her based on how she creates.
I think for me, how I like to do it is to have it organized in color. I use a lot of whites, and so I'd like my whites and my solid cardstocks to be separated so that I can know exactly where they are, and then organize my papers into the rest of the papers into colors like patterned paper or cardstock, and have those organized.
Okay.
So that I can access them.
That sounds great. So she's going to do it by color, because that's how she creates. And so, for example, she talked about putting her pattern papers and her cardstock together by color. So here we have a pattern paper, and Carol said that she would like to organize that by the dominant color, because I know I do that sometimes where I do my pattern paper by color. And so I think a good way to do that, and what Carol would like to do, is by the dominant color in the pattern, because there are patterns that have multiple colors. So for example, here's a pattern stripe, but the dominant color in there I would say is the blues, and so we would put the cardstock and the pattern paper that are mostly blue together in that pile. So she's got another pattern here that's basically red, so we would put that with her red cardstock as well. And then she does use a lot of white for stamping, for printing things on, so we would take all of her whites, and here, see, she's got some things printed on for a previous project that she might use in the future, so we would put all the whites together. Then here's the blacks, and so that's how I think for Carol would work the best, based on her creative process and how she works. So I talked to Carol about her craft room, which is awesome and amazing, and there are parts of her craft room that she would like to reorganize, that we've talked about, kind of like her scraps, but there are parts of her room as well that she feels really works well for her right now, and this is one of those parts. This is her die cutting and embossing station, and so Carol is going to tell us what everything is and how it's organized.
I love this area of my craft room because it is the most organized for me. When I'm cutting or trying to find different tools to create a project, it's just easy for me to look through my embossing folders that are organized in here, and then also anything that cuts, like little cutting templates and the boards that they need to sit on, they're all in here. And then down here are the machines that I have that cut, and then some longer cutting pads that don't fit into the baskets, but that really works well for me, and I can just pull this out and find what I need. I can
There
just
we go.
pull this out and
Awesome.
find what I need. So
And what's in that basket right there?
What's in this basket? More cutting templates. These are Disney types for my children, and that's why I separate those from these up here. So
that's a great example. So this is organized by activity, because Carol does a lot of die cutting and embossing on her projects. And then it's also organized within there. Here are the tools, and this basket contains the Disney ones that her girls like to use. And then over here, oh, let's see, we've got this shelf here too with all of her Cricut cartridges. So you see that she's multi-layered, her organization. She's got the cutting station and embossing station, but then she's organized in different ways, like by type or by tool within that station. So this is a great example, and it works really well for Carol. So, all right, thanks, Carol.